I use a zone recovery strategy, and this strategy already generated a profit of around 100 euro. Hey, this is René, welcome back for another video on this channel. Today I have something very exciting and also very new on this channel because I just started a new project, a new account, and a completely different approach to trading. So far I was only using fully automated programs. Now for the first time since a very long time actually, I use a only partly automated trading approach, a semi-automated trading, because I use a trade panel or trade manager to assist my trading, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. So here we can see already on my screen I'm using this EA or this program for the first time today, and so far I traded two setups with it. On the right chart here we can see in USD Japanese yen I use a zone recovery strategy, and this strategy already generated a profit of around 100 euro. This is because I defined the gain that I want to have of 100 euro and I risked 500 euro on this setup. So you can see here already there are a few changes or few differences to my approach that I used or that I did so far in my trading. Usually I always had these very high risk reward ratios, for example with the range breakout EA, where I went for a lot more profit than the usual loss. But here it's a little bit different, and this approach is so that it usually risks a little bit more than it gains, or at least the way I did it so far. But I will explain the tool a little bit more detailed later, so you can see it's actually very you can use a lot of different strategies and risk setups with it. But what I did here is I used my normal morning range that I use in the USD Japanese yen for many years now. It's a range from 3 to 6 in the morning. I explained it in countless other videos on this channel already, but this time I didn't just use my normal range breakout EA that I use, for example, in this account here, where today was a losing trade in USD Japanese yen, but instead I used this zone recovery strategy executed by the manager program. And you can see here I traded the buy trade here, or the buy trade was executed just as in my live account also, but then as this trade hit the lower end of the range, which resulted into a stop loss in my live account or in my other live account. In this account where I used the zone recovery strategy, it went a little bit better because at the lower end it opened a position that had a larger lot size. So if I switch here maybe to positions, we can see it a little bit more easily. So first trade was this buy trade, second trade was the sell trade, and overall all combined it still generated the profit of 100 euro as I defined it here in the program. So that's the power of martingale strategies. Even if you're not right with your first idea or with the first trade, you can still make the best out of it. Of course, I know this is a high risk approach, and I do not say that this is low risk or anything. It's just a different approach. If you know my personal view on trading for a while, then you know that I'm not pro or against martingale and or grid systems. I just think that you should use them consciously, and you should be aware of the possibilities but also the risks that it provides. So in this case it was good to take this risk because the first losing trade was completely covered by the second trade and then also generated a overall profit. If the second trade would have been a loss again, then there would have been the possibility or the chance for a third long breakout, because here I had a maximum order count of 3, and if this one would have also failed, I would have lost around 500 euro on this setup. So this is one thing I can do with this manager. I will cover it more in detail in the future if you are interested, but on the other chart is also something, the second setup that I started using, and here I'm using a little bit of a different idea. You can see I'm in the daily chart here, so this is more of a long-term trading idea, or a little bit more long-term. And here you can see I created this grid here, which will enter sell trades at the different grid levels. So all of these are sell limits, and I use the grid mode of the manager for this. And you can see here that I do say that I want to win only 50 euro, and I risk 1050 euro in the very worst case. Which means that this is a high probability setup, of course, so most likely I will win sooner or later with this setup. And also if it takes a few days for this setup to reach either TP or stop loss, it's also not a problem, because I entered sell trades here in US dollar. And if we have a look at the specifications, we can see we do have a positive swap currently for short trades. So this is another idea that I executed using this manager program. And you can see it's a versatile program. I want to use it for semi-automated trading in this account that I just opened and funded not many days ago. Actually, I funded it many days ago, like 1 month ago, but now just today I started trading in this account. Why do I do this? To be honest, just because I think it's interesting. I want to do it as a hobby, so to say, because manual trading is of course something I do not really recommend, because there are just too many mental struggles that I usually have with manual trading. Then fully automated trading is something I do already in some of my other accounts. So now semi-automated trading is something that I personally think is fine for me to do it for fun. And here I can have a little bit more of a personal touch, but still, once I set up one of these trading ideas, from this point on, everything will be handled by the program, which is the advantage of this is, of course, for me, that I do not have to decide while the trade is running, and this takes away a lot of the mental stress. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the program mainly, and then I can also show you more of this in the future. And if you're interested, I can document this trading account more. Like as you see here, currently it's around nearly 1% in profit. And it's as I said, it's just a completely different approach, more like high probability setups, but also risking a little bit more. It's just a slightly different approach. But here on my local PC, we can see also the manager here. You can see it actually has quite a few different modes. The trade mode, the zone recovery, the grid mode, these two I talked about, and then also a hedge mode. Zone recovery is where you have like 2 levels, upper level, lower level, and then you play this ping pong game. It's it's like a range breakout, but with multiple chances, and then also the chance to increase the lot size. Then we have grid, which is a classical grid strategy where you can also define the gain and the risk here. So it's very, very cool. Also, there are some things you can usually change here and configure. It's quite a powerful tool. And then we have the trade mode, which is also something that many people might find interesting, because this is a traditional or classical trade manager. We can say, for example, here I want to have my entry price, here I want to have my stop loss, and my TP should be somewhere like here for lower lows. And then I could say I want to open a sell trade here, and it will calculate the risk for me. It will calculate the the TP for me. Let me delete this. For example, if I say the stop loss should be or the risk should be in money here, I can say I want to risk 500 euro, for example. It will be rounded, and then the stop loss should be, I don't know, wherever I put it. You can see here it's updating automatically, and the TP is also updating automatically. And then if I say I want to place a sell trade here, it will place the sell limit, calculate with the lot size, so that I lose maximum or around the risk that I configure here. So this is a traditional manager. And what is cool about this one is that I can also, for example, modified trades that are currently already in the market, and there are a lot of options, like for example setting partials, like partial TP, or here I have to configure how many lots I want to close, or partial stop losses. For example, if I place a partial TP and a partial stop loss here, need to display the lines for this. Wait, 0.2 and 0.2, and now I can display the lines here, and you can see I can even like use the partial TPs and partial stops, and yeah, if I then click on modify order, it will show me all of the updates I did, and if I click on OK, it's updated. So yeah, then you can see like we always see like these partials and everything. So it's a very powerful tool, I would say. You do have a bunch of options. I don't want to explain everything in detail here because that's something that the developer of the program can do much better. And you can find this program also in the MQL5 market if you want to use it. There's a free demo where you can use it 1 month for free. And also here's a video which you should watch, and it explains all of the possibilities you have in detail. And yeah, I think it's a cool tool. I want to play around with it. I know the developer of the program personally, and I know how much work it is to set up a program like this. This is not like just a 100 or 1000 lines of code program. It's a really big program. So yeah, for this reason, I think it is absolutely worth it to pay a little bit for it if you want a strong trade manager that also has different strategies included already. And as far as I've seen it, this is very unique in the MQL5 market. And yeah, I will use the program in this new account here, and I can also update you on how trading with the program is going. It's exciting for me to do like semi-automated trading, because I felt, especially in the last few days and weeks, with automated trading, I mean, I still believe automated trading is great, but to be honest, it's also a bit boring, and I think semi-automated trading can add a little bit more spice and a specific touch to it, and has some interesting aspects that I will just play around with in the future. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you also use trade managers like this? Do you think this is good? What kind of features would you like in a trade manager like this? And are you hyped for the project? And should I keep you updated on how it's going in this account? I will read all of your comments and reply if necessary. So make sure to share your opinion below. This is it. Just a little update, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great time and good trades. Bye bye.